Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to tell you how to add and subtract both positive or negative decimal numbers. Okay, and to do this we have to apply three rules, and those rules are: 1. To add two numbers of the same value, so whether they be both positive or both negative, add and keep the sign. 2 is to add two numbers with different signs, so a positive with a negative or negative with a positive. Find the difference between the numbers, then use the sign of the number furthest from 0, so essentially the biggest number. And 3, to subtract a number, simply add the opposite. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through 3 examples and expand on each of these rules. Okay, in this video, if I go too fast or you don't understand, just simply pause or rewind the video and go back over it. So, example 1, we will do negative 3.64 plus negative 2.9. Alright, now we have both negatives. Alright, so we have to apply rule 1. To add two numbers with the same sign, both negatives, add and keep the sign. So we have to add these numbers together. Alright, and we do this by keeping the decimals in line. So 3.64 and negative 2.90, and we are adding these two. Alright, so 4 plus 0 is 4, 6 plus 9 is 15, so we put the 5 here and carry the 1 over here, and 3 plus 3 is 6, and we keep the sign, so that's still a negative. So the answer for this would be negative 6.54. And that is using rule 1. Alright? Okay. So now let's do example 2. Which will be negative 5.7 plus positive 2.4. And we can see here that we have a negative plus a positive. So we need to add two numbers with different signs. So this right here would be rule 2. Alright. So to do this, we need to find the difference between the numbers, then use the sign of that number furthest from 0. Okay, so we find the difference between the numbers by subtracting. So that would be 5.7 minus 2.4. Quickly do this together. 7 minus 4 is 3, and 5 minus 2 is 3. Alright, that'll give us 2.3. Oh, that's a 3, sorry. 3.3. And use the sign of the number furthest from 0. Okay, and negative 5.7 is further from 0 than positive 2.4, so that would be a negative. Alright, and moving on to example 3. Let's move this up a bit. So, let's do negative 5.307 minus 0.62. Now, to subtract a number, add the opposite. That's rule 3. So to subtract a number, simply add the opposite. So what that actually means, if we want to subtract this number, we have to add the opposite. So that would be a plus, alright, a negative. Alright, now what we are doing is we are adding two negatives together. Now this looks very similar to example 1. So we can apply the first rule to that again, which is add them together and keep the sign. So negative 5.307, and we'll keep that negative 0.62, and we'll add these guys together. 7 plus 0 is 7. 0 plus 2 is 2. 3 plus 6 is 9. And 5 plus 0 is 5. And we keep the sign, so this would equal negative 5.927.